Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another Is It Worth Buying video. Then today's video, I wanted to talk on Mindseye because, nah man, the way that people have been criticizing this game, I get it. If you are having issues with this game, you have a right to be upset. I would be upset if I played a game and was having issues with it. But I haven't though. Like I haven't been having issues with Mindseye. So that's why I'm like, I can't say that this game is bad. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some bugs. Like I did see the one bug yesterday where the truck was driving like on some like it was like some dirt and things. And yeah, it wasn't nowhere on the road. Oh, and then there was the mission that I had issues with, the CPR mission. But I think the developers, they are gonna come out with a update to make it a little bit more easier and stuff. But as far as the story seems pretty interesting. Gameplay is pretty interesting. What else? Yeah, it's like it seems fun. And so that's why I'm like, it trips me out. I think just people they're expecting, because they did see, because I think that is one thing. I don't know if it was like a lead developer or just some developer that worked for Grand Theft Auto, and they were expecting this to be on that same scale. And I'm like, that's something that people need to remember, is that the company that developed Mindseye and the people that are behind Mindseye, they don't have Rockstar Games money. So they're going to be like, so whatever it is that they're offering with this game, that's all that they can afford. That's why I'm not getting my hopes all high with this game. And I wasn't expecting this to be the greatest game of all time. Like, I was like, no, I am going to check it out. I am going to see what it's about. If I don't like it, I'm going to get my money back. If I like it, I'm going to sit down and play it for as long as I possibly can. And that's why I'm like, fam, I've been playing it and I'm like, I don't understand the issue here. Now, maybe it's because I have a high-end PC or I just got a good copy. I don't know. But my thing is this. I'm like, I can't criticize a game and have it where my criticism is based on other people's criticism. And I think that that might be the case. I don't know. I'm just going to say allegedly, I think that's what the case with this game. And I'm like, man, I think people, it's one of those things where it's like, you need to just give this game a chance, or you need to let this game cook for a little bit, and I think that's the case. I'm like, game, it just needs to cook for a little bit, because I think I did hear on console, game wasn't really playing all that well. So I'm like, yeah, it is gonna probably have to cook a little bit on console. What else? If people have been having issues on PC, let it cook a little bit on PC. I feel like that the developers, because I don't know if they got the update out now or if it's going, they just say it's incoming. So I don't know when exactly the update is going to come out, but they did post it today saying that an update is going to come out. And I'm like, all right, cool, so it seems like that the developers, they want this game to be successful, and I want this game to be successful. I want this to be one of the greatest games on the market. But I just think that, that there are people out there where it's like, I don't know, maybe it's some like Grand Theft Auto fanboys where they're just, overly critical on the game. And I'm like, look, if that's the case, play Grand Theft Auto. You ain't got to play this game, all right? But it just, to me, I'm like, to criticize this game, and this game, it's like, what? I don't know if it's, let me just check real quick how many games that the developers put out. Build a Rocket, yeah, this is like their one and only game that they've put out. So it's like, you gotta sit down and think about it. It's like, again, they ain't got Rockstar Games money. Yeah, if they probably would have had $1 billion that they could have dumped into this game, then yeah, then this probably would have been levels above Grand Theft Auto. Probably like levels above Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption combined. But that's the thing though, whatever money these guys got, that's all that they can afford to put into this game. So, and I think the people, let's see, IO Interactive, oh, they haven't really put out no games and stuff. So I think these are these guys' like first video game. This ain't, and my thing is this, for them to like be out on their own, right? Because when you see like when some indie developers, for an example, where they put out a game and you see like something like, and I'm not trying to compare this game to that game, but I'm just saying a game for an example, Supermarket Sim, where it's like you see the visuals in that game and you see how that game plays, and I'm like, and that was a game that was good, that was a game was good, visuals, it was decent, it wasn't something where it's like, oh my god, this is so realistic, but I'm like, hey, it's getting the job done. It don't look all laggy, crazy, and all that other stuff. But I'm like, that's what that developer could afford, And so I look at it like same way with Mindseye. I'm like, the developer, credible developer, coming from Grand Theft Auto. It's like, okay, I can trust this individual to make a good open world game. Now, that is one thing that I will say, that when playing the story, it's not open world, but I think there is a way where you can select open world, like, you know, as its own separate mode, because they have like, so they have drone racing, I believe they have car racing. They also have it where there's like these like speed runs of like taking out a bunch of different enemies and stuff. What else do they do? Yeah, it's like this game, it has like a lot of different content. And I imagine that they probably are gonna add more content and more things that you can do. So yeah, I'm giving the game a chance. You know, it was one of those things where I'm like, hey, look, I got $60 to spare. Let me see what this game's all about. Pre-ordered it, and then they also with the pre-order, because I think there was like, if you pre-ordered it before it came out, then you were able to get access to the deluxe. So it's like, you pretty much, if you pre-ordered it before it released, you got the deluxe edition, and then the deluxe edition comes with it's like a, hold on for a second, it's the build, yeah, build Mindseye. So it's like it's pretty much like a mission editor situation. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I can see myself and you know, that's something where I'm like, I think that would be pretty dope too, if they had it where you could kind of make your own game. Like, I know, like, just to throw out an idea for Mind's Eye, and I, if that is the case, I'm like, okay, cool, you know, then they already got that you know, figured out and stuff. But no, I just know that with like games like WWE 2K, for an example, and I know Grand Theft Auto, they got that Rockstar editor mode, but WWE 2K has it where you can like create your own like rivalries and stories, and you can like just like type out like what, fam, I'm telling you right now, if they did something like that where you can have like a story editor mode where it's like you can add your own story into this game, it would just be insane to see the amount of creativity that can come out of this game, you know, with the fan base that it does have. Because I think it has I don't know, probably based on the reviews, there's probably not a whole lot of people playing this game. But yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I think it's just one of those games where it's like, you know, let it cook for a little bit, and then eventually, dang, ooh, wow, all right, I didn't realize it was gonna be that low. I thought it was gonna be at least in the double digit thousands, but nah, it's currently 1,387 people are in game, and there's like 24-hour, which was when it released, was 3,302. You know, here's the thing, I see it getting, and that's the thing where I'm like, just, you know, my message to the developers: do not give up on this game. I'm like, that's one thing that I do not want to see anymore. I do not want to see games come out where they're promising, and then it's a day before situation where the game comes out. I guess the developers, they feel discouraged because their game didn't do all that well, and they just give up on it. I'm like, you gotta think about it, because that is one game that they have been comparing this to, is Cyberpunk 2077. Remember when that game came out and how like, I guess, bad the game, well, I mean, yeah, the game was pretty buggy, it was pretty messed up and things, but look at that game now, where they're talking about, I think they are going to make a movie out of that game at some point in time. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, to the developers behind Mindseye, I think that's, you know, if I could, you know, just talk to them real quick, yeah, work on your guys' game. Continue adding stuff, you know, have it where there's like some free updates, whether it's story stuff, modes, cars, weapons, like whatever it is that you guys want to add into this game. But I'm like, this has to be a successful game. I do not want to see this game come out, I do this video, and then sometime down the road the developers are like, oh, we're going to close up shop and things, and if you guys want your money back, no, 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 I'm not trying to hear that. I want you guys at some point in time to come out in like the next, I guess, like after you done Mind's Eye done seen its course, the next thing that I want you guys to say is Mind's Eye 2 is in development. All right, that's what I want to hear for this game. Not, no, oh, we're gonna close up shop because our game didn't live up to its promise. All right, so it's like, at times, you know, you just gotta ignore that. I'm not saying like ignore it to the point where it's like you are just not listening to the fan base, but just don't allow that hate to get to you, because yeah, you are gonna have people out there hating on your games. There's some of the most greatest games of all time, and you got people out there hating on it, like Elden Ring, for an example. I wouldn't necessarily say I hate that game, but if somebody were to ask me about it, I'm gonna be like, nah, avoid that. You know, it's one of those games where I'm all like, I know you got anger issues. That's probably not the best game to play at this moment. So, but yeah, but it's like at the end of the day, that's just my opinion. You know, see, that's how you gotta look at it. Where it's like there's a lot of people out there stating opinions. They gonna call your game. It's like, oh, it's just NFT asset flip you know, game. And I'm like, look, fam, I'm like, you guys put in work in this game. Game looks amazing, gameplay is amazing. I think it's just one of those things where it's like, let it cook, come out with some updates, fix whatever bugs that do exist in the game. I'm saying you guys got yourself a game that could possibly turn into a franchise. So that's what I'm like, that's what I want to see. I want to see this game become this criticized game to a franchise. I don't want to see no like, oh, this game comes out and it's just not gonna or it's just gonna close up shop after a certain amount of time. So but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. But yeah, I definitely will recommend buying this game. I feel like, you know, I was just kind of like talking on it, defending it and all that. But I need to say, like, yes, this is a game worth buying. They do have like a pretty decent story. They have like a lot of different activities that you can do. And I think at some point in time, whether it's you just progressing into the game or I don't know how that works. I gotta see how that works out, where it's like that build Mindseye, where you get to like build like speed run type missions and stuff. So yeah, I am like actively still trying to figure this game out myself. But yeah, it has quite a few things that you can do in here and stuff. So it ain't like some just, you know, simple like it has its like things where I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see myself getting into this and stuff. So yeah, it's just one of those games, you know, you gotta play for yourself. But I would personally recommend, yes, going out and checking out this game, whether you are playing it on console. Well, if you do want to buy it on console, I would wait until maybe they come out with a couple of more updates. But I mean, if you want to just like rush in and just start playing it right now, go for it. I would say it's one of those games where it's like, you know, if you accept this Cyberpunk 2077, you can accept this game too. So yes, I would say that this is a game worth buying. But anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.